my throwback jig. It's living rubber, hand tied. Now this is what separates this jig from every other jig on the market. Most jigs are, they have that little cheap rubber collar and they're silicone skirts because that's cheap to make. But living rubber is the #1 material for a jig because it's more lifelike in the water. It puts out a glow in the water that silicone can't duplicate, and bigger fish like it. So another thing about the jig here, guys, I got a short shank hook, gives a better hookups on it. Nice keeper there, nice little sharp 4/0 mustad hook. Turned eye here to make it a lot more weedless. It's just the best jig on the market, man. I'd argue that with anyone. So link in the description there. So I've got 6 colors I want to talk about here. And these are the 6 primary colors that I use for jig fishing. Now I will say before I get into this is one color jig that I do use quite a bit that we don't offer in my throwback jig line is a green pumpkin silicone skirt. A green pumpkin silicone skirt is a good clear water jig color, but I don't fish jigs a lot in clear water. But if I'm fishing in water visibility that's like over 4 foot with a jig, a lot of times I'll use a green pumpkin, sometimes a brown, but a lot of times that green pumpkin silicone because it's a little bit more translucent. But for everything else, which comprises 90% of my jig fishing, when I'm fishing water visibility of less than 4 foot, it's the living rubber. The living rubber, far superior to silicone skirts out there. And another thing about it, guys, do not underestimate the importance of a hand tie because the hand tied skirt makes the skirt flare more, and those rubber collars will rot out, and they're cheaply made stuff. I mean, that's just why they're so cheap. Okay, well, let's talk a little bit about the colors. I'm gonna run through every one of my colors here. I'm gonna explain to you the scenario that I use them in and the water clarities. Okay, the first one, guys, is just a solid brown jig. Solid brown is a really good color all the way around for every type of jig fishing. It's like solid brown. It's good in a little bit off-colored water. It's good in some cleaner water. Most of the time, the window for me to use a brown jig is about 2 to 4 foot clarity. That's sort of the zone with it. Most of the time I match it up with a green pumpkin skirt. It's a really good color in that little bit cleaner water because it's a natural hue. And when you put a green pumpkin or a watermelon trailer on the thing, it looks super natural. I mean, it looks like a crawdad in the water. It doesn't stand out too much, yet it, stands out just a little bit. But 2 to 4 foot clarity is where I use the green pumpkin most all the time. Occasionally, if that water visibility is like around 2 foot or so, I'll put a blue trailer on my brown jig. So that's one of my favorite setups. Okay, now the next one, sort of along the same lines, this is brown with orange. Now, brown with orange